HOA locked me out of my cabin not knowing I installed a remote trap in that very gate. The forest was silent, save for the crunch of leaves under my boots. My cabin, my sanctuary for a decade, stood just beyond the wooden gate where Karen now blocked my path. Her eyes burned with a smugness that twisted my gut. "This is HOA property now, Jack," she sneered, dangling the key like a trophy. "You didn't pay the dues. You're out." Her voice carried the weight of years of petty HOA battles. But this was different. This was personal. Karen, the HOA president, had been my neighbor since I built this cabin with my own hands. She'd always hated how I ignored their Relesno-manicured lawn. No cookie-cutter mailbox. But this? Seizing my home because of unpaid fees I never agreed to? It was a power grab, plain and simple. The gate, freshly painted with the HOA's logo, mocked me. What Karen didn't know was that I'd installed a remote trap in that very Gadia failsafe for intruders. My thumb rested on the trigger in my pocket, a small device that could spring the gate's hidden mechanism, locking it tight or worse. I wasn't sure I'd use it. Not yet. Beside Karen stood Lily, a teenage girl from down the road. She was the HOA's reluctant secretary, dragged into this mess by her parents' loyalty to Karen. Her eyes darted between us, her fingers twisting the straps of her backpack. "Jack, I'm sorry," she whispered, barely audible. "They made me sign the eviction notice." Her voice trembled, and I saw the guilt in her hunched shoulders. Lily wasn't like them. She'd spent summers helping me fix the cabin's roof, laughing over my bad jokes. But now she was caught in Karen's web. "You don't get it, do you?" I said, my voice low but sharp. "This isn't just a cabin. It's my life. My wife's ashes are buried under that oak." I pointed to the tree behind the gate, its branches swaying like a memory of Sarah. Karen scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Sentimental nonsense won't change the rules, Jack. Move on, or I'll call the sheriff." Her threat hung in the air, thick with malice. My grip tightened on the remote. One press, and the gate's steel springs could snap shut, trapping her hand or worse. I'd built it to protect my home from bears, not bureaucrats, but the irony wasn't lost on me. The tension broke when a new voice cut through the dusk. "Enough!" It was Tom, the grizzled old mechanic from the edge of the community. Nobody expected him here. He limped forward, his cane tapping the ground, his face weathered but fierce. "Karen, you've gone too far," he growled. "Jack's no saint, but this is theft dressed up as law." Tom had never spoken at an HOA meeting, always keeping to himself. His sudden appearance stunned us all, especially Karen, whose smugness faltered. "Stay out of this, old man," she snapped, but her voice wavered. Tom's eyes met mine and he nodded slightly. "I saw what you did to that gate, Jack," he said quietly. My heart sank. He knew about the trap. "Don't do it. You're better than her." His words hit like a punch. I'd spent months hating Karen, planning for this moment, but Tom's unexpected plea cracked my resolve. Lily stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "Jack, I didn't want this," she said. "I kept your spare key. It's in my bag." She fumbled with her backpack, pulling out a rusted Kimi key, the one I'd given her years ago just in case. A twist I never saw coming. Karen lunged for the key, but Lily yanked it back. "No!" she shouted, her voice finding strength. "This is wrong, Karen. You lied about the vote. The HOA never approved this." The revelation hung heavy. Karen's face twisted with rage, but the truth was out. She'd forged the eviction, manipulated the rules for her own vendetta. My thumb hovered over the remote, temptation clawing at me. One press and she'd pay for everything. But Tom's words echoed. Lily's courage burned brighter than my anger. I stepped back, pocketing the remote. "Keep the gate," I said, my voice steady. "But you'll never take what this place means." I turned to Lily, nodding. "Thank you." She smiled through her tears, handing me the key. Karen stood frozen, her power crumbling. Tom tipped his hat, limping away as if he'd never been there. The gate stayed shut, but I walked away free not because I'd won, but because I'd chosen not to lose myself. That night, I camped under the stars, the cabin just out of reach. Karen's victory was hollow. The community would turn on her once Lily spread the truth. But my heart ached. The cabin held Sarah's memory, and now it was gone. The trap I'd built, the revenge I'd planted, it all felt empty. Sometimes justice isn't in the fight. It's in walking away, holding on to who you are. What would you do when faced with betrayal? Fight with every tool at your disposal, or let go for the sake of your own soul?